Okay there, singing world. This video will offer Italian pronunciation help for the aria Nel cor non mi sento from the 24 Italian aria book. We will explore the tips and tricks to help you sing your aria without accent and also discuss the proper open and closed vowels and other non-phonetic things such as phrasal, doubling, and assimilation. Before we do that, please direct your attention to the description of this video below. You'll find the entire text written out in my own system where I put the things that are only non-phonetic into the text. So the open vowels, the phrasal doublings, and also the assimilation. Besides that, I have in the description box various links to my websites, my Facebook fan page. Please give me a visit when you have a moment. And also the pronunciation dictionary on the RAI site. You can type in any word at this site and it'll tell you whether an E or an O is closed, and it shows you the phrasal doublings and the assimilation. I love that because it shows the existence of non-phonetic Italian. You may follow the link below, or if you type into a search engine DOPRAI, that site will come up. So you go to the site, it has a little playback button, you can type the word in, and you'll hear a native speaker, and there are actual complete lines of text with all of the non-phonetic Italian in demonstration for you. Okay, so let's go to our text of the day, which is Nel cor non mi sento. We'll read the entire text first for flow, and then we're going to go back and do word by word and how we get to every single sound. I will also explore a lot of the mistakes I hear in auditions and in coachings and performance. Okay, so here we go. Nel cor non mi sento, brillar la gioventù, Cagion del mio tormento, Amor, sei colpa tu. Mi pizzichi, mi stuzzichi, mi pungichi, mi mastichi. Che cosa è questo, ahimè? Pietà, pietà, pietà. Amore è un certo che disperar mi fa. Okay. So not a very long text, so let's go through it word by word. So in the first word we have an E, and there are two vowels in the Italian language that are not phonetic, meaning that they have two different sounds. Every other vowel in Italian only has one sound, so the printed letter corresponds to one sound. So an E can be two sounds. It can either be like an hey, hey, right? A, like the vowel A in English, right? Or like the A in head. And in this case, in this word N-E-L, it is A. So nel, right? So the difference between an Italian A and an English A is that the English A has what's known as a glide. And the glide means I move my jaw after I say the vowel while I'm still saying the vowel, right? So if my jaw has motion, I have a glide like this, glide, see? Or face, there's an A vowel for you, face, right? And in the Italian word, it's nel, right? It just stays. So that's how you get the Italian A. Okay, so later on in the line, you'll see the open E, which is written with the curved kind of looking Greek E. That's the IPA symbol for sento. You see, so it's the same as head. But notice when I say head in English, my jaw moves, and I go actually from an to an I vowel by the end of it, head. If I did it in slow motion, right? That doesn't happen in Italian. So if I said sento, I would have a very strong American English accent, right? Sento, right? So the vowels are pure. They don't harmonize. They're not compromised by anything. Okay, so N-E-L, nail. Okay, second word, cor. Okay, so this is an open O, and O is the second one of our non-phonetic vowels in Italian. So O has two different sounds. It can be either like O as in oats, or AW, like aw, right? Like saw, I saw. Okay, and the same phenomenon in English, there is a glide, so it's without the glide. So I'm not going to go through all of that again, right? So in this case, cor is open. Okay, R, let's talk about R. R's can either roll or they flip. Now, an R that touches a consonant will always roll in Italian, even if the consonant is in the next word. So an R that touches a consonant will roll. In this case, the R of cor touches più. Now, cor is actually a shortened version of the word. The word is core, okay, and it has an E, but in this case, it's left off. So if you notice, if you had the full version of this word for heart, right, you would not roll the R because now it is surrounded by vowels. So that's the second part of the rule for R, is if an R is surrounded by vowels, it flips and it's softer, right? It's only one R. Core. Not corre, but core. But when it's truncated like this, it's cor, because the next word is più. Okay, so più is the I in this it makes an E sound, but it's so short it's called a semivowel, right? Più. And in fact, it's actually can be mistaken for a Y. Più, right? So if somebody tells you that this is a Y, like in English, like yellow, they're partially correct, except for yellow is down here in English, the Y. But the Italian semivowel, that's like a Y, an Italian would say yellow, yellow, right? It would be from an E speaking position. So if you think E, yellow, più, right? Now, you're not going to exaggerate the E that long when you sing. Più, but it's up there. It's not più. It's not down there. Okay, so that's your semivowel. This I is just there for a second to glide you into the U. Okay, next. N-O-N is known. Now, something happens called assimilation. You heard me in the introduction talking about assimilation. When you have an N that precedes another M in Italian, the first N will assimilate into the M, right? So if you watch my mouth and I say this, non mi sento, see? Non mi sento. So what happens? You're going to say me, and your lips come together, both lips come together to make the M, and then the N goes right there. Non mi sento. So when Italians speak quickly, this is what happens. So non mi sento, there you have it, right? If you were to put the N inside your mouth, you would get this. Non mi sento. So what happens if you try to make legato? You have the tip of your tongue making the N in your mouth. Non. And then to do legato, non mi sento, you have to have a shadow vowel. And that's not so elegant, right? So the first one I showed you is better. Non mi sento. Okay, so that's your first assimilation, and you can see in my text I've written it as that IPA symbol. MI is self-explanatory. I is always E in Italian, right? So mi is MI. Sento. Here we have an open E, so it's like the E in ed or head, right? Sento. Now what happens to N this time? N actually doubles when it touches a consonant. So we have sento. What happens for me to double the N is that my tongue stays in the N position. This time the N is done with the tip of my tongue because it's preceding T, right? So sento. And my vocal cords keep going, right? Sento. See? Okay, so you want to actually have pitch on that N as you sing this. Let's go on. Brillar is the next word. So the first thing you'll notice in that is there's a double L. And double L's are like double N's and double M's. They're held in phonation. So to make a double L versus a single L, here's a double L. Brill. So I'm holding the L with the tip of my tongue while my vocal cords go. To make a single L, I do brillar, brillar. I don't give my tongue any chance to hold inphonation, that L. So it's a single L. Brillar, single L. Brillar. So I actually really, in singing, I have to hang on to that L and actually have pitch going through it, right? Brillar. Okay, so notice that both R's in this word are rolled. The first R touches the B. The second R touches the L. So, brillar. Both of those R's roll. La, L-A. So, A always makes an A sound. A makes an A sound. Okay, going on. Gioventù. Gioventù. Notice how there are two different types of semivowels for E. Right? First one is più, and the next one is gio. Notice that the second one is a silent semivowel. It's just there to make the G soft, right? Gio, più. So one I actually sound the E, the other one I don't. I don't go gioventù, right? I don't do that, right? Or like Giovanni, I hear all the time. Giovanni, right? Gioventù. Okay, so now notice that everything in this word is closed, right? Now I get to the next point. In English, we let the consonants harmonize the vowels, right? I'll give you an example. Father, right? That's a pretty pure R for an English speaker, right? But yet car. What happened to the vowel? It actually got eaten up by that R, right? So we have certain things that we don't say closed when there's a certain consonant, right? One of them is before an N. We would say we can't. We have a hard time saying gioventù. We say gioventù, right? Gioventù. That's what we do as English speakers. So you have to be on guard for that. Gioventù. Gioventù. So you can separate your words like that and listen, feel what that vowel feels like. Okay. Next, going on. Cagion. Cagion. Again, you have a silent I semivowel to make the G hard, right? So there are hard vowels and there are soft vowels, and O is a hard vowel. So G-O would be go. G-I-O is jo. And that's how you know it's soft. So Cagion. Closed O again. D-E-L is a closed E. Del. Okay, so now we have a semivowel again. Mio. But notice that it's accented. So this can be infuriating. You have three different I vowels, right? Three different E's. All three of them are marked in IPA as a semivowel, and they're all different. Notice I didn't put a semivowel, right? Because the IPA drives me a little crazy when it comes to Italian, because it is not completely accurate, right? So now you have mio. It's really the O that's the semivowel, not the I, right? Mio. So the lion's share of the expression is on the E vowel. So most of your pronouns, your possessive pronouns in Italian, have that stress on the first syllable, tua. And you'll see it a lot of times over one note because it's considered one syllable by the Italians, right? So mio, tua, tuo, and the list goes on and on. Okay, going on. Tormento. Okay, so now you have all closed, right? And you have a stressed vowel that's closed. So stressed vowels in Italian, where the accent is, right? Where's the accent in this word? Tormento. The accent's on mento, right? So the stressed vowels in Italian can either be open or closed. So you have to memorize them. And in this case, it's closed, right? Now, the unstressed vowels, the good news is they're all closed. Every single one of them. So in this word, we know the accent is on the E, mento. So those two O's are closed, right? So there's another danger that we do as English speakers. Before an R, we love to open the vowel, right? Tor. We actually have the word torment, right? But it's O. Tormento. Tormento. All of those are closed in this word. Okay, and again, the next word, amore, is a closed O, right? Amor. And in this case, the R rolls. The full word is amore with an E at the end, and the R does not roll in this case because the next word is say. The R is going to roll as it touches the S. R's that touch consonants roll. Amor. So the danger in this word I find is that people tend to double the M, right? So remember, L's, N's, and M's, we double them by holding the consonant in phonation. So to make a double M, this would be a mistake, right? If I said Amor, double M, wrong, right? Amor, right? That's the way, that's what people say in Naples, right? Amore. So how do I get rid of double M? If I think about the vowels and I think ow, right? I'm going from the to the O without a glottal. I'm not doing this. O, right? I'm not glottaling it in between. Ow, with that flow, right? I put the M back in. Now it should feel exactly the same as those vowels. Amore. You see, does that make sense? Right? So if I hold the M in phonation for just a second, amore, it's a double M. No matter what I do, however softly I go, amore, double M. Amore. So where's the stress? It's on those vowels that give me the single consonants, right? So single consonants make legato, right? Double consonants make legato, but in a different way. Double consonants just stop legato for just a millisecond. Okay, going on. Say. And yet another E semivowel, right? But the accent is on the and this is an open E. Colpa. Notice the phenomenon here. We have a stressed O that's closed. You have an L that touches a P and it doubles. Did you notice I doubled, right? Colpa. I don't say colpa. I say colpa. And even worse, I don't say colpa with the American L, which is down there, way down. The L is on the tip. Colpa. Okay, T-U, tu. So U is always U. Okay, going on. Mi pizzichi. So mi is what is known as a weak monosyllable. We've only had one strong monosyllable so far, and it's the word più. And it didn't double for a reason that we had an assimilation in the next line. But don't trouble yourself with that right now. So there are single syllable words that cause the next word to double. So if you look at the word che in the next line, che cosa, notice I wrote two C's, and cosa starts with a K sound, right? So you don't say che cosa, you say che cosa. Notice that there was a stop, che cosa. Now, you would think, oh, well, all monosyllables do that. Mi pizzica. No, it doesn't. There are weak ones and there are strong ones. And I've discussed this in another video. There's a book that noted this, Evelina Colorni's book on Singer's Italian. It's a green book. It had a list of all the weak and the strong monosyllables. I actually have a video on that. I'll link to that video in the description. So if you're interested in that at all, check it out. I list all of the monosyllables and what they do. And there are also some polysyllables, that two-syllable words that will cause phrasal doubling. Okay, so the phrasal doubling will be a non-phonetic thing where a one-syllable word will cause the next word to double. Okay, so mi pizzichi, mi stuzzichi. So you notice that the mi does not double, right? Mi pungichi, mi mastichi. So pizzichi is a TZ sound for the double Z. Notice the difference. Stuzzichi. Well, actually, it's TZ too. It's just in a different place because of the vowel, right? So pizzichi, double Z, right? So double Z is really TZ. Pizzichi. See? Pit. I go to the T and I don't say it. Stuzzichi. So let's go through how we do this. I hear this line is what a lot of people think of as the quintessential 101 singer with the American accent, right? You always hear me pizzichi, me stuzzichi, with all the accents in the wrong place and lots of consonants and no vowels, right? Well, there are lots of consonants, but the way an Italian sings lots of consonants and the way American sings lots of consonants is completely different. So let's go through it. Let's break it down. So when I do a double Z, do I do two Z's? No, I have TZ, right? Do I do a double TZ? What do we actually do? So what we do is we go long E, P, right? P. Then we go up to the TZ and then we don't say it. Pizzichi. Now we say it. You see? So we don't go pizzichi. We don't do it on either side of the space. Now notice that there's a stop in phonation, right? So the expression of the word comes from the silence, that space. Mi pizzichi. There we have it, right? So long E, mi pi, go up to the TZ, don't say it. Mi pizzichi. Now the next one, stuzzichi, same thing, right? Pungichi. Now this is a completely different word. There's no double consonant except for the N going into the G, and we've already figured out how to do that because we phonate the N, right? And then mastichi. Now the S has to be handled very carefully because mastichi is how I can speak it, even in Italian, right? But if I sing mastichi and I hiss the S on the first syllable, it sounds like I don't have any voice, or I'm not singing legato. It's messy, right? So you have to elongate it. The first syllable is mastichi, mastichi. So if I say them all in a row, listen to how carefully we do it. Pizzichi, stuzzichi, pungichi, mastichi. Does that make sense? So very careful singers of Italian will do that, making sure everything is in its place. Okay, going on. We already had, well, I did this already in another line, right? So we have K, strong monosyllable, causes the K of causa to double, the actual consonant K, right? Che cosa. Now, the same thing. How do I do the double? Do I do two Ks? Or is there just a space? I do K, I stop the A vowel, there's a silence, I go up to the K and I don't say it. K, I'm up to the K, I don't say it. You see? Che cosa. And O in causa is a stressed vowel that's open. You see, so stressed vowels can be either open or closed. Okay? Che cosa. Now, when you hear people speak, they will say well, that Italians can say this S in causa unvoiced, right? So S's can either be voiced or unvoiced. So what's it? Unvoiced S? S. That means my vocal cords aren't going. What's a voiced S? Z, right? Most singers will sing this as a voiced, even though it's not technically correct, because it's better for singing, right? Che cosa, z, right? So there you are, right? So there's a big difference between lyric Italian, singing Italian, versus spoken Italian. Che cosa, right? Now the word a is the word for is. The word a, spelled the same way, except for without the accent, means and. The one that means is open. The one that it means and is closed. In this case, this is is, right? Che cosa è questo? So if you notice, there's a double K for questo. So QU makes K sound again in Italian, right? È questo. Now all these words, questo, quello, quella, quegli, they're all closed E's. Questo. Now, when I speak again, here's the S rule. The S's can be messy, right? So when I speak, I can say questo, right? So it doesn't matter. I'm hissing the S a little bit. When I sing, I have to make sure that the first syllable is all A and the second syllable has the S. questo. So when I do fast, questo, questo, not questo. Understand? So ahimɛ. Here's a word that somewhere in modern Italian became an open E, and the word was ailasa me. Me is closed, right? But in this word, it became open. Makes no sense, but that's the way it is. So ahimɛ, open E. Okay, so now pietà is what's known as a truncated word. The reason why it's called a truncated word is the full word is pietade, right? So there's a DE that's being left off, and the accent on the A is there to tell you that the word is truncated. And it also helps you realize that the accent is on the last note, right? On the last syllable. Pietà. So it's ultimate stress. The normal stress in Italian is the penultimate, the second to last syllable. So on truncated words, they cause a phrasal doubling. So when I say pietà 3 times in a row, pietà, pietà, pietà. See? Slight double P. Notice that I'm not going crazy on the consonant itself. I'm just making a space and going up to the P and not saying it again, right? I'm not doing pietà, pietà, you know, getting crazy with consonants. Which comes to my last point, is when Italians get excited, they go more for vowels, right? When Americans get excited, they go more for consonants. Again, we get excited and we're pietà, pietà. We do lots of consonant. Italian would go pietà, pietà. So more vowel, right? Does that make sense? So amore. Now we have the full version of the word. The word is. Amore un cɛrto che. So this line has lots of your mouth having lots of flesh and no harmonization of vowels. A, O, E, U, O, E. So that's what I would practice. See, I just did all of the vowels in that line, right? Now, it's like it's like doing a connect the dots thing, right? In Italian, that's the way your jaw moves. It's like connect the dots. You have a dot here, A, O, E. See what I mean? And now when you do it fast, Amore un cɛrto che. Does that make sense? So it's a direct straight line that your jaw makes to get to every single vowel. It's almost like a robot, right? Not that I would think of Italians and robots together, but that's the motion, right? Amore un cɛrto che. A very, very straight line to each vowel. Okay, so we've already had you, un, cɛrto, Now, the danger in this is Americans make this rhyme with chair because of R. See, again, we're talking about harmonization of vowels and what R does, and it does not happen. So it's cɛrto. And that's how you practice to get there. Not cɛrto. I hear that all the time. Okay, we've had K. We know that K is a strong monosyllable, so now ddisperar. Now, here we have 2 R's in this word. Disperar. Notice that the first R flips, the second R rolls. The reason is the first R is surrounded by vowels. The second R touches the M, right? So it's very slowly. Disperar. See, there's the last R being rolled. Notice that the E is closed, right? And then mi is a weak monosyllable, so it does not double. So mi fa. Disperar mi fa. Okay, so now let's to wrap it up, let's read the whole text again, going through everything and trying to get our nice flow. Nel cor più non mi sento, brillar la gioventù. Cagion del mio tormento, Amor sei colpa tu. Mi pizzichi, mi stuzzichi, mi pungichi, mi mastichi. Che cosa è questo ahimè? Pietà, pietà, pietà. Amore è un cɛrto che. che disperar mi fa. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please share, please like. Don't forget to subscribe. And as always, I'll see you at the opera.